Stand by. Oh, what's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color. Well, I guess I'm a snow-filled Radio What studio. And this is another interesting fact. Man, interestingfacts.com. You need to head over there and check out all their facts. I could not read them all on this thing, but it's fact after fact after fact. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Anyway, this is the KeysDAN Show. And here's another interesting fact. At least I found it interesting. The Apollo 11 astronauts had to fill out a customs form for their lunar samples. You know, as we're heading back to the moon, I'm thinking about these first explorers, the ones that reached out and tried to get out of this, get out into the galaxy and then further into the further exploration. I know we still got a lot of places that haven't been explored all that much here on the Earth, but Apollo 11 astronauts, after spending 8 days, 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 35 seconds in space, with 21 of those hours spent on the moon, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins splashed down 920 miles southwest of Hawaii. I once asked somebody if it's Hawaii or Hawaii, and I said, he said Hawaii, and I said, thank you. He said, you're welcome. Digression. The three NASA astronauts had achieved the seemingly impossible on a mission that was the very definition of outworldly. But once back on Earth, they were back in the clutches of human bureaucracy, because after they landed, the Apollo 11 heroes had to fill out a U.S. custom form. Later posted on the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website in honor of the flight's 40th anniversary in 2009. The straight-laced form belies the very unearthly information written on the page. Flight number: Apollo 11, layover, moon, cargo, moon rock, and moon dust samples. Anything that could lead to the spread of disease? To be determined. NASA has confirmed that the form is authentic, though one spokesperson described it as a little joke played on the astronauts upon their return. Today, astronauts still go through customs on their way to and from the International Space Station. Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield described passing through customs in Kazakhstan after glimpsing the entire world through a small window only hours before as funny but necessary detail of returning to Earth. End quote. Hey, Chris Hadfield, I think he was the one that did the version of Space Oddity in space that was near perfect David Bowie. Look that one up on your YouTube if you haven't seen Chris Hadfield's version of Space Oddity. My favorite song of all time, the David Bowie version. Now, not to say that Chris Hadfield's version wasn't great in its own right. I mean, he's playing guitar in space. What have I done? I've talked into this video screen, I guess. I've talked into microphones. That's my claim to fame. All right, party people. Hey, that was a nice fact. Apollo 11, filling out customs forms. Was it a joke? Was it real? Was it bureaucracy? Time will tell. For more, stick around. KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. It's the KeysDAN Show.